Our next problem is number 48 from section 1.5. And so the average costs in dollars for tuition and fees for in-state students at a four-year public colleges over the period 2000 to 2010 can be modeled by, and we're given an equation. So we get y equals 3.026x squared plus 377.7x plus 3,449. So this is the equation that we're working with, and the question states that x equals 0 corresponds to 2000, x equals 1 corresponds to 2001, meaning all the x values basically stand for years after 2000. And it says, based on this model, for what year after 2000 was the average cost? $7,605. So we plug this in. So this is the dollar amount of tuition that we want to see, and then we want to find out how many years it took since 2000. So we're going to plug in 7,605 into y, and then we have everything else. So 3.026x squared plus 377.7x plus 3,449. So that's what we have, and we have to solve for x because x is the number of years since 2000. So the first step is going to be subtracting out 7,605 because we want it in the standard form of a quadratic equation. So we get 0 equals 3.026x squared plus 377.7x minus, it's going to be 4,156 when you do the subtraction. So now that we have it in standard form, and we don't want to sit and factor this because it's all decimals and it'll take us forever if it is even factorable. So we have our useful tool, quadratic formula, that we can use. So x equals, so this number, this value is my a, this value is my b. Because it's already in standard form, I can just pick out the values. And then this is my c. So we're going to plug things in. So the quadratic equation states negative b, so negative 377.7 plus or minus square root of b squared, so 377.7 squared, minus 4 times a times c. And this is all over 2a, so twice of 3.026. And if you want, you can pause the video so that you can do each of these calculations. Just keep in mind order of operations. So this exponent needs to be done first, this multiplication needs to be done, and then take the square root, and then addition. So everything on top, and then everything on the bottom, and then finally you can do the division. Okay, so pause now if you need to, and come back when you're ready. If you carry these out, the two solutions that you get is negative 134.992 and also 10.174. So with that, because I didn't round at any point, these are the values that you get. So if you rounded, you might get something close, but not exactly my answer. Okay? These are years after 2000. So we're not going to go backwards in years to get to 7,605. It doesn't make sense to go back 134 years to get the tuition of 7,605. So our solution is 10, and we can round at this point. We can say 10.2 years since 2000. So after 2000, we'll have a tuition of 7,605. And that's all it asks for, years after 2000. But if you were asked for at what year would this happen, you would say 2010. Okay, and that's the end of 1.5. And for these problems, you're going to have to really carefully read so that you know what is being asked and also kind of how to go about it, because every problem is going to be slightly different.